Some of you viewers may recognize this, and they're all made by Gravastar, a company that specializes in putting high-tech sci-fi mecha spins on audio products and accessories. This creation is their latest, the Gravastar Supernova. It's part speaker, part conversation starter, part Skynet. And this portable Bluetooth speaker definitely stands out and sounds pretty decent to boot. But at the end of the day, is the Supernova dope or nope? Let's find out after you click subscribe. The Gravastar Supernova retails somewhere between $180 to $230 depending on what paint job you get. This being the battle damage yellow, this is the top end model. There's also a white colored one where really you can paint it and do it, just customize it however you want. So there's something to think of. And I've seen discounts on these come and go, so keep an eye out for them if you don't want to pay full price. On board, there's Bluetooth 5.3 with AAC and SBC support. And this might look like a 360 speaker, but it is very directional. There are two drivers. There's one 3-inch downward firing that handles mids and lows, and at the front here under this grill is a tiny half-inch high-frequency driver. Yes, just half-inch. There are 3 LED lighting modes. The lights are on the legs as well as behind the tube. There's glowing as well as single color, which you can change with each press of the front button right here, or there's something that cycles 2 different RGBs. Oh, and speaking of buttons, here's the power button right there, and also volume up, volume down. If you double press, it's track forward, backward, and such like that. Very typical, kind of like your headphones. There's 30 watts altogether peak for the drivers, 1 kilogram in weight. It's very heavy, but this thing is built for tough, I'll tell you what. Battery life for me averaged around 9.7 hours at 65% volume with LED lights on. That's above factory estimates. There is no fast charging though, so the 3350 milliamp hour battery takes over 3 hours to charge up, so something to bear in mind. And by the way, Gravastar, let me put this aside, even has a GAN charger in the shape of a robot called ALPHA65. Let me try to focus on this. I got one in the same color to match. It has a single USB-A and twin USB-C ports with a peak of 65 watts when charging one device over USB-C. The eyes glow right here when plugged in, and you can extend the legs when not in use, or like that to stand it up, and then you can pose it on a bookshelf or a mantle or something. It's pretty cool, and then you fold it up to plug it in. But it does take up more space if you have a multi-point charger or multi-point outlet. The width of this kind of takes up more space there. But then again, when was the last time you said cute regarding your portable GAN charger, right? This thing is so cool. And speaking of adjustable legs, the Supernova has them as well. But one cool thing I noticed is they are tiny. I'm not sure if you can see it on the camera, if it will focus. They are tiny little rubber inserts that prevent scratching and also from poking someone's eye out. There's a carry hook right here. It's all metal. I wish there was some kind of like an embedded bottle opener or something, bottle cap opener. This thing is removable if you want it, but you can hang it on things at a campsite or on your backpack or something like that if you want to. This thing can also do stereo mode. So if you get two, if you're a rich guy and can buy both, you can pair 2 together and have stereo mode. If your heart is not moved in any way by how this thing looks, you probably don't have a heart or are already dead. In that case, you're dead to me. Yes, dead to me. The design really takes the cake and eats it too, looking like a blend of sci-fi set piece, steampunk, or even a tube amp if you squint a little bit. And I have to say that someone in China really took pride in putting this together because it feels fantastic to the touch. And this thing has so many textures, guys. Some are smooth, some look almost organic, some industrial. I'll tell you what, if you put this down anywhere, it's gonna attract it's gonna be a conversation starter and attract a curious person or two, for better or for worse. And this battle damage yellow looks really great, like with this matching ALPHA65 charger, and also the Edifier QD35. They all seem to have that mecha sci-fi industrial look going for them. One thing I do wish for is for some kind of camping reading light option aside from the accent LED lighting, because as it is, it's just not bright enough. And oh yeah, shout out to the packaging design team as well, because it looks fantastic. So like the unboxing itself felt like an event, not just some boring box opening. Sound quality is really dependent on the surface as well as the height that the Supernova is placed at. It goes without saying that pointing the downward firing speakers on any kind of carpeted surfaces is not ideal. Hard surfaces, like especially wooden ones, I noticed, bounce sound from the 3-inch drivers the best. It also sounds pretty good clipped to your backpack at a certain height, but I'm not going to recommend that because I'm not that person who hikes with music blaring out on the trails. You know who you are. Now, low frequencies and mid-tones share prominent airspace with the upper mids and highs, and therefore can sound skewed to the main driver's favor if your ears are not at or close to the level of the tweeters, because look at it, it's so tiny. It's so tiny. As you'll hear in a bit, the Supernova doesn't like living beyond 85% volume. And I have a feeling that if you push this thing too hard, eventually it'll become self-aware and kill you in your sleep. We're outside with traffic running in the background. This thing is set to 50%, as you can see. And of course, it's not ideal height for tweeters right here to yours, but we're here to test the max volume from a distance. This song is gonna drop in about 7 seconds. And you'll get to hear, I'm standing about 2 feet away. Yeah, it's not very loud, is it? Let's crank it up to 100% and then we'll walk further back. 100%, what do you think? You can see the drivers fluttering right there. Yeah. On a wood surface like this, it sounds really good. Okay, let's walk back. We're at 15, 20. It's about 33, 35 feet. What do you think? It's all right, not too bad. I wouldn't say this is a party speaker, but yeah, that's my pool right there. Our baby's enjoying the nice weather here in Maine. Anyways, yeah, let me know what you think about the volume overall. It's not as, you know, it's not a party piece or anything like that. It's just good enough for personal use in a room, indoors, outdoors, even like you're working or whatever. I think it's fine. But once you like say turn on the lawnmower or whatever kind of machinery, this thing, the volume just can't keep up. Oof. My eyes water each time just thinking about paying this kind of money for what is really a $60 speaker in a $100 body. You really have to want it. I do wish that each leg had twice or thrice the amount of articulation than it already does, because for something that touts being portable, it would have been great if the feet were more posable to adapt to more uneven surfaces, you know? And tucking them in closer, check this out. If I fold this in, if you're carrying this on a trail or something, you're still gonna hit somebody or something and damage this body. It would be nice if you could roll the legs inwards, you know? That would have been ideal. And I just turned it off. Check out that sound effect. Isn't that cool? You can do this, power back on. How's that for kicks?
Bluetooth connected.
If you get Gravastar as a brand, like what they do, their ethos, you will totally get the Supernova and also the ALPHA65 and why they exist in the first place. All their products are attention grabbers, and the amount of detail that Gravastar puts into the molds and then the final models is exemplary. I'm always like finding new elements that I never noticed before each time I look at them. Now, as a speaker, it's just okay. It's definitely overpriced if I judged it as that. But as an aesthetic piece, this thing is totally baller. I'll tell you what, it's totally baller. At the end of the day, it's either your head or your heart that wins out. So with all that said, I'm giving the super yellow Gravastar Supernova a GearUP score of 7.9 out of 10. And this is how I broke it down to get the final score. If you have any questions about it, feel free to comment down below. Did you enjoy this video? Because I put a lot of effort into each tech video I make for you guys each week. So it would be awesome if you could click subscribe down below and thumbs up this video to show your support. And also comment nicely down below. Please say hi and we'll try to say hi back. Thank you for watching, guys. And don't forget to do something loving and kind for somebody in this world, because guess what? The world needs it more than ever, and it starts with you. I love you all very much. God bless and peace out.